Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, this is our homework section's free subscription contest. Follow the procedure and win full 1 year AffairsCloud current affairs subscription. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic national affairs for the May month. Let's start. The first question is, which company's Vizhinjam port in Kerala has been recently approved by the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways to operate as India's first transshipment port? It is Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited. So it is Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. They have approved this Adani Port and Special Economic Zone Limited's Vizhinjam port that is in Kerala to operate as India's first transshipment port. So this question can also be asked, that which will be India's first transshipment port. It will be the Vizhinjam port that is in Kerala. Next, in May, Ministry of Mines signed an MOU with Dash for sharing knowledge support in the area of critical minerals. We know these critical minerals are very important for the economic development of India. So in May, Ministry of Mines, they have signed an MOU with Shakti Sustainable Energy Foundation for sharing knowledge, support, technologies in the area of critical minerals. Next, Dash has recently released a special postal cover for the Silver Jubilee celebration on 1st of May. So Army Dental Central Research and Referral, they have recently released a special postal cover and it is for the Silver Jubilee celebration. Silver Jubilee is basically to celebrate the 25 years of commencement. Right? Next, which company has recently signed an MOU with RailTel to explore and deliver train collision avoidance system by the name Kavach for the implementation projects in India and other countries, right? This will avoid the train collisions in India and it will stop the trains before they collide. Correct? And this is RailTel Corporation India Limited. They have recently signed an MOU with which company? So they have signed this MOU with Quadrant Future Tech Limited, right? An MOU has been signed between them in order to implement this Kavach train collision avoidance system. Next, which company has recently launched an unmanned combat aerial vehicle, that is UCAV, Flying Wedge Defense 200B by the short form FWD 200B, that is India's first indigenous military grade bomber drone. So which company has recently launched this UCAV? It was launched by Flying Wedge Defense and Aerospace Technologies Private Limited. They have launched this UCAV, that is unmanned combat aerial vehicle. See, we know what are UAVs. Unmanned aerial vehicles, they are the normal drones, right? And what is UCAV? UCAV is a drone that will be used in the combat, right? That means it will be used in the war-like scenario, right, for attacking. Next is, which company has recently partnered with India Post for last e-mile commerce delivery service? So which company have partnered with India Post for last mile e-commerce delivery service? It is F-Ship Logistics. Right, this is a tech-driven logistics platform and they have partnered with India Post. They have partnered with India Post to enhance the last mile delivery service for the e-commerce products. Next, which institution or organization has recently transferred their indigenous technologies of thermal camera to CP Plus, that is a division of MS Aditya Infotech Limited? It is CDAC, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Correct. Where is this? This is in Trivandrum, Kerala. And here remember the CDAC, they have transferred the indigenous technology of this thermal camera to CP Plus, a division of MS Aditya Infotech Limited. Right. Apart from this, remember MEITY, they have also launched an intelligent transport system technology during this event. Next, IFCO, they have received the dash approval to launch its IFCO Nano Zinc liquid and IFCO Nano Copper liquid fertilizer. So, IFCO, they have received the fertilizer control order approval, that is FCO approval, to launch the Nano Zinc liquid and Nano Zinc Nano Copper liquid fertilizer. So, this is the liquefied urea fertilizers, and this will be saving the cost. It will basically reduce the cost to half. Correct. And it is first time that a liquid has been, or liquid fertilizers has been launched here. Next, which startup has recently launched India's first commercial system on chips named Secure IoT? It is Mindgrove. Right. Mindgrove, they have recently launched India's first commercial system on chip named Secure Internet of Things. Mindgrove Technologies Private Limited, this is a semiconductor startup backed by Indian Institute of Technology Madras, and here the first commercial system on chips named Secure IoT will be launched. This will be 30% less expensive than the existing chips in the market, and remember this Secure IoT will have high performance, that is at 700 megahertz. Next, the Indian Army and the Puneet Balan Group jointly developed India's first Constitution Park, which was inaugurated where? It was inaugurated in Pune, Maharashtra. So, Indian Army and Puneet Balan Group, they together developed India's first Constitution Park, and where it is? It is in Pune, Maharashtra. Direct question will be asked it. And this Constitution Park, this is basically for a educational and recreational purpose. The aim here is to provide knowledge about the Constitution and instill a sense of pride in the India's democratic heritage. Next, Ministry of Home Affairs have recently granted a no objection certificate, that is NOC, to change the names of 8 railway stations in Amethi, Uttar Pradesh. Which of the following railway station in Amethi was renamed as Tapeshwarnath Dham? So, question asked here is that which of the following railway station in Amethi was renamed as Tapeshwar Dham? So, what is the name of that railway station? It is Fursatganj railway station. It was renamed to Tapeshwarnath Dham. Correct. And a total of 8 railway stations will be renamed in Amethi, Uttar Pradesh. Then, if we look at some other that has been renamed, is at Kasimpur Halt. Kasimpur Halt. This has been renamed to what? To Jais City Railway Station. Right? And Bani Railway Station. I repeat, Bani Railway Station, it has been renamed to what? Swami Paramhans. It has been renamed to Swami Paramhans. Right? Do remember these two. Next, Dr. Arunish Chawla, the Secretary of the Department of Pharmaceuticals under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, launched the Meditech Stackathon 2024 in New Delhi in collaboration with the Confederation of Indian Industry. India's medtech industry is projected to grow at 28% annually, reaching dash by 2030. So, remember Dr. Arunish Chawla, he is the Secretary of the DOP, that is Department of Pharmaceuticals, and he has launched a Meditech Stackathon 2024. It was in New Delhi in collaboration with CII. Here this medtech industry, India's medtech industry, it is projected to grow by 28% annually, reaching $50 billion by 2030. Also remember, India stands at 4th position globally in the medical device market. Right? Next, which of the following exercises was recently conducted by Indian Army and the Indian Air Force across multiple locations in Punjab? This exercise is Gagan Strike 2. Right? In Ambala, Haryana-based Kharga Crops, the Indian Army's Western Command, Indian Air Force, they have conducted this Gagan Strike 2. This was a 3-day long joint exercise held in multiple locations in Punjab. Next, Which company or regulatory body has recently received the ISO IEC 42001-2023 certification for its artificial intelligence management system? It is Infosys. Right? Take a note of this. Next, in May, India's first commercial battery energy storage system, that is BESS project, they have received the regulatory approval from Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission DERC. The project is being developed by which organization? It is being developed by BSES Rajdhani Power Limited in partnership with India Grid Trust and the Global Energy Alliance for People and Planet. Right? Take a note of this, and this is in line with India's goal of deploying 47 gigawatt of battery energy storage system by 2032. Next, ICG, that is Indian Coast Guard, they signed a memorandum of understanding with Dash to ensure the supply of indigenous marine grade steel. So Indian Coast Guard, they signed an MOU with Jindal Steel and Power Limited to ensure the supply of indigenous marine grade steel. And this marine grade steel, this will be used to build the ships. Right? Next, which department or ministry has recently signed a transformative agreement with the Springer Nature Group to promote open access principles in scholarly research? That is your Department of Atomic Energy, DAE. Right? So Springer Nature Group, this is a German British academic publishing company, and they have signed a transformative agreement. It was with Department of Atomic Energy. This will allow more than 50 centers affiliated to the Department of Atomic Energy to read, publish, and have the open access of various research papers. Next, what is the focus area of Telecom Design Collaboration Sprint, the first of its kind initiative by the Department of Telecommunication? It is Rapid Ideation and Telecom Stack. I repeat, Rapid Ideation and Telecom Stack. This is the focus area of the Telecom Design Collaboration Sprint, the first of its kind initiative by the Department of Telecommunication. Right? And this is a first of its kind initiative at the International Institute of Information Technology, Bangalore, that is IIIT Bangalore in Karnataka. Next, UAE India CEPA Council and Dash has signed an MOU to enhance economic and trade relationships between UAE and India. So UAE India CEPA Council and Indian Chamber of Commerce, they have recently signed an MOU where they will be enhancing the trade and economic relationship between India and United Arab Emirates. Next, according to the data recently published by Global Trade Research Initiative, which country was the largest trading partner of India with $118.4 billion in two-way commerce in FY24? It is China. Right? So, according to the data published by GTRI, the country that is the largest trading partner, and it was a shock also, it is China, that stands at 118.4 billion two-way trade, that means both import and export. On second position, it is United States of America, that is at $118.3 billion. And apart from this, on third position, it is United Arab Emirates. Next, which shipbuilding company has celebrated 250th Foundation Day on May 14, 2024? So it is Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. They have recently celebrated 250th Foundation Day on 14th May 2024. Correct? And this celebration for the same was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it was presided over by the Secretary Giridhar Armane from the Ministry of Defense. And during this, a fuel cell electric ferry was launched, a midget submarine was launched by the name Arowana, and a technical seminar and a commemorative coin of 250 rupees was launched to mark the 250th Foundation Day. Next, in May, Bhilai Steel Plant is set to install the 15 megawatt floating solar project at its Maroda 1 reserve that is located in Chhattisgarh. Right? So Bhilai Steel Plant that is set to install the 15 megawatt floating solar project at their Maroda 1 reservoir that is in Chhattisgarh. Next, As per the periodic labor force survey by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation for January to March, India's urban employment rate in current weekly status terms for the persons aged 15 years and above is 6.7%. Next, which ministry has recently organized the ONDC Startup Mahotsav, that is a first of its kind event held at Vanijya Bhavan in New Delhi. So which ministry it is? It is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They have recently organized this ONDC Startup Mahotsav that will be a first of its kind initiative. This event saw a participation of more than 5,000 startups including 12 unicorns in hybrid mode also, and so far ONDC platform they have over 5 lakh registered sellers, which is more than 70% are of small and medium sellers. Next, which state or UT has recently launched disaster reporting and information management system for reporting damages during disasters? It is the Assam state, and they have launched this disaster reporting and information management system, that is DRIMS, for reporting the damages during the disasters. Next, according to the provincial payroll data released by which organization, formal job creation has increased by 11.4% in FY24 to 15.4 million compared to 13.85 million in FY23. So, according to this provisional payroll data released by which organization? So, it was released by whom? It was released by Employees Provident Fund Organization, EPFO. And according to them, there is a formal increase in job creation by almost 11.4%. Next, which ministry officially dissolved the Food and Nutrition Board in May 24 as a part of government rationalization plan? Which is that ministry? It is Ministry of Women and Child Development. They have officially dissolved this Food and Nutrition Board in May 24 as a part of the government rationalization plan. Next, the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has recently announced a new regulation on driving license rules, which include applicants having the option to take their driving test at privately operated driving training centers with the effect from 1st of June 2024. That means the privately organized training centers now will be having the authority to provide the certification that can be used to obtain the driving license. There are certain guidelines, and even minors, if they are found here driving, they will be fined up to 25,000 rupees. Fine for speeding remains between 1,000 to 2,000 rupees. And these training centers, they must have at least 1 acre of land for light motor vehicle training and 2 acres of land for heavy motor vehicle training. Next is, according to the periodic labor force survey released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, which of the following states topped the youth employment rate among the 15 to 29 age group for January to March quarter for FY24? Which is it? It is Kerala state that has topped in terms of the youth unemployment rate among the 15 to 29 age group, right? Kerala has topped here. Next, if we talk about the highest unemployment rate for women, where it is it? It is in Jammu and Kashmir, that is at 48.6% of women unemployment. Next, which organization has recently inaugurated the first largest green hydrogen plant at Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh? It is Gas Authority of India Limited, that is GAIL. Right? GAIL has recently inaugurated the first largest green hydrogen plant at Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. The plant has a capacity to produce 4.3 tons per day of hydrogen through 10 megawatt proton exchange membrane electrolyzer. This 10 megawatt plant was built with an investment of 231 crore rupees. So that's all for the day, friends. Now let's move to some revision current affairs that will be beneficial in your learning. Next, which city has been ranked as the most livable city for the third consecutive year according to the Economist Intelligence Unit's Global Livability Index 2024? So it is Vienna. So according to EIU's Global Livability Index, Vienna, the capital of Austria, has been topped the index as the most livable city for the third consecutive year. Denmark's Copenhagen was on the second position, whereas Zurich was on the third position. Next, Next is in June, RBI introduced a revised dash currency swap framework for 24 to 27. So RBI, they have introduced the revised SAC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation currency swap framework for 24 to 27. According to this framework, RBI would enter into bilateral swap agreement with SAC central banks who wish to avail the swap facility. Next, name the housing finance company that has recently signed a $60 million non-convertible debentures financing agreement with the Asian Development Bank to offer housing loans for women. It is Aadhar Housing Finance Limited, and this is one of the largest housing finance companies in India. As of June, $30 million has been disbursed so far, and the deal was to disburse $60 million. Next, in June, Mindspace Business Park Real Estate Investment Trust, that is a REIT, they have secured a sustainability linked bond worth 650 crore rupees from whom? It is from IFC, that is International Finance Corporation. Right? It has become the first Indian REIT to invest or to issue such bonds. These bonds will have a tenure of 7 years and the coupon rate here will be 7.94%. Next, RBI's gold reserve held overseas declined to their lowest level in 6 years by the end of March 2024, accounting to 47% of the total reserves accumulated since December 2017. As of March 2024, RBI's total gold holdings stood at 822.1 tons. Correct? Take a note of this. Next, name the fintech company that has recently received the final authorization from RBI to operate as an online payment aggregator. So Hitachi Payment Service Limited, right? They have recently been granted the final authorization from RBI to operate as an online payment aggregator. If we talk about e-banks, remember Yes Bank? This is a leading private sector bank. They entered into a partnership with e-banks for payment processing in India for the global digital economy. Shankar recently unveiled the virtual plaque to mark the formal commissioning of the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center built with $6 million grant from India. It is in Sri Lanka. This was commissioned in Sri Lanka. Next, the report titled India's Deep Tech Dawn Forging Ahead. It is released by which organization and stated that India is ranked 6th among the top 9 deep tech ecosystems globally with over 3,600 deep tech startups. So, which is this organization? It is NASSCOM, Zinov, right? They have released this report stating that India is ranked 6th among the top 9 deep tech ecosystems globally. Moving on, who has been recently appointed as the new secretary of the TRAI, that is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, for a period of 2 years. So Atul Kumar Chaudhary, right? He has been appointed as the new secretary of TRAI and he will be in this position for the next 2 years. And this appointment will come after supination of V. Raghunandan. Then if we talk about Jagjit Pavadia, remember he was re-elected as the member of the INCB, that is International Narcotics Control Board. And this will be his third term from 2025 to 2030. I repeat, Jagdeep Pavadia, she's a woman, right? She has been appointed here. Next is in June, China successfully launched Space Variable Objects Monitor through the Long March 2C carrier rocket at Shizang Satellite Launch Center in the Sichuan province of the southwest China. The project was led by China National Space Administration and which organization? It is CNES, that is China Center for National Spatial. They basically, remember, this is the space organization of France, right? Name the regulatory body या गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी जिन्होंने रिसेंटली रिसीव किया ISO IEC 27001 सर्टिफिकेशन को. तो ये रिसीव किया गया किसके द्वारा? सेबी के द्वारा ये यहाँ पे रिसीव किया गया. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, किस बैंक ने रिसेंटली रेज किए $500 मिलियन फ्रॉम दुबई इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सेंटर टू फंड ओवरसीज बिजनेस ग्रोथ. तो ये है यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, राइट? इन्होंने यहाँ पे रेज किया $500 मिलियन फ्रॉम दुबई इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सेंटर ताकि ये फंड कर सके ओवरसीज बिजनेस ग्रोथ को. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, किस कंपनी ने रिसेंटली पार्टनर किया सिडबी के साथ टू ऑफर माइक्रो लोन्स फॉर द गिग वर्कर्स. तो अनियन लाइफ प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, इन्होंने पार्टनर किया है किसके साथ? सिडबी के साथ टू ऑफर माइक्रो लोन फॉर द गिग वर्कर्स. नेक्स्ट, किस कंपनी ने रिसेंटली लॉन्च किए 6 इंडेक्स फंड्स विद अ मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 5,000 रुपीज ड्यूरिंग द NFO पीरियड. तो किसके द्वारा ये लॉन्च किए गए हैं यहाँ पे? तो टाटा म्यूचुअल फंड के द्वारा 6 इंडेक्स फंड्स को यहाँ पे लॉन्च किया गया. नेक्स्ट, किस बैंक ने रिसेंटली पार्टनर किया साइन सोसाइटी फॉर इनोवेशन एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के साथ एट द आईआईटी बॉम्बे टू एम्पावर स्टार्टअप्स अक्रॉस इंडिया? तो कौन सा बैंक रहेगा? वो है कैनरा बैंक। नेक्स्ट, उस कंपनी का नाम बताओ जिन्होंने साइन किया एक डेफिनेटिव अग्रीमेंट विद आईएफसी टू रेज फंड्स ऑफ 330 करोड़ रुपीस। तो ये रहेगा आर्टेमिस मेडिकेयर सर्विस लिमिटेड। इन्होंने अभी एक साइन किया अग्रीमेंट विद आईएफसी इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंस कॉर्पोरेशन ताकि रेज किए जा सके 330 करोड़ रुपए। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, अकॉर्डिंग टू द डाटा रिलीज्ड बाय द जनरल इंश्योरेंस काउंसिल इन अप्रैल, जो जनरल इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री है इन्होंने एक्सपीरियंस किया ग्रोथ ऑफ हाउ मच इन द फाइनेंशियल ईयर 24। तो इन्होंने 12.78% की यहाँ पे ग्रोथ को अचीव किया। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज रिसेंटली वन द वीमेन सिंगल टाइटल एट द वर्ल्ड टेबल टेनिस कंटेंडर लेगोस 2024 टूर्नामेंट हेल्ड इन नाइजीरिया? It was won by Shrija Okla. She's an Indian, and remember, Indian contingent won a total of 9 medals, out of which 3 were gold, 1 silver, and 5 bronze. This WTT contender Lagos, it was held where? It was held in Nigeria, and Shrija Okla of India won the women's single title here, and she became the first Indian player to win the women's single title in the WTT contender. Next, who has recently won the F1 2024 Spanish Grand Prix held in Montemelo, Spain? So, who recently won this? It was won by Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is the driver for Red Bull. He's a Belgian-Dutch racer, right? And this will be Max Verstappen's third Spanish Grand Prix title, correct? And fourth in his career. He won this in 2016, 2022, 2023, and 2024. So, third consecutive and overall fourth title. Next, when was the United Nations International Day of Women in Diplomacy annually observed across the globe? So it is 24th of June that UN International Day of Women in Diplomacy is observed across the globe on 24th of June. And the theme here is Women's Leadership in Multilateral Diplomacy. And here India ranked, remember this also, India ranked 171st in the terms of the representation of women in parliament, and in this it is Finland that has secured the first position. Next, which of the following has recently become the 6th Indian company to achieve a market capitalization of $100 billion? It is ICICI Bank, right? It became the 6th Indian company to achieve a market cap of $100 billion. Next, who has been recently selected by the Equestrian Federation of India to represent India at the 2024 Paris Olympics in the dressage event? So, Anush Agarwal, right? He has been selected by EFI, that is Equestrian Federation of India, to represent India at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games in the dressage event. Correct? Take a note of this. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to recently concluded G7 summit in Italy? Which of the following are correct here? So only option A and C are correct. B is wrong. A is saying PM Narendra Modi attended the 5th G7 summit for the 5th consecutive time, and the 51st G7 summit will be in Alberta, Canada 2025. They are right. But B option is that on the sidelines of the 50th G7 summit, leaders of G7 countries agreed to provide Ukraine with a loan worth $100 billion. Is it correct? So no, this is not correct. The loan here will be of $50 billion. Next, which organization or bank has recently reported that India's current account deficit was 0.7% of the GDP, that is $23.2 billion in the financial year 24? It is RBI. So this data was released by Reserve Bank of India. If we talk about World Bank headquartered in Washington DC, they have approved a new project worth $452 million to improve the connectivity of the people living in the rural areas of Assam. फिर आ जाते हैं एज पर द रिपोर्ट एशियन डेवलपमेंट आउटलुक अप्रैल 2024 रिलीज्ड बाय एशियन डेवलपमेंट बैंक, इंडिया का जो जीडीपी ग्रोथ है फॉरकास्ट फॉर FY24, इट हैज बीन रेज्ड टू 7% फ्रॉम 6.7% अर्लियर. नेक्स्ट, नेशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड लिमिटेड, इन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया कितना अमाउंट इन आईबस नेटवर्क एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, ताकि जो डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की ग्रोथ है इंडिया में उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट लाई जा सके. तो $200 मिलियन यहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट किए गए. नेक्स्ट, उस कंपनी का नाम बताओ जिन्होंने पार्टनर किया विद पॉलिसी बाजार टू ऑफर इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट्स ऑन द पॉलिसी बाजार प्लेटफॉर्म. तो कौन सा है? वो है ICICI लॉम्बार्ड जनरल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी. इन्होंने पार्टनर किया है पॉलिसी बाजार के साथ ताकि इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट्स को लाया जा सके ऑन पॉलिसी बाजार प्लेटफॉर्म. देन किस बैंक ने रिसेंटली पार्टनर किया फिजडॉम के साथ टू ऑफर स्टॉक ब्रोकिंग सर्विसेज इन 3-in-1 अकाउंट, सेविंग, डीमैट एंड ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट। तो किस बैंक ने यहाँ पे फिजडॉम के साथ टाइप करा? तो वो रहेगा आपका कर्नाटका बैंक। नेक्स्ट, इन अप्रैल डैश कंपनी या एजेंसी इन्होंने रिसीव किया आरबीआई का अप्रूवल टू ऑपरेट एज एन ऑनलाइन पेमेंट एग्रीगेटर। तो ये है कंप्यूटर एज मैनेजमेंट सर्विस लिमिटेड, CAMS। ठीक है, इन्होंने रिसीव किया आरबीआई का अप्रूवल टू ऑपरेट एज एन ऑनलाइन पेमेंट एग्रीगेटर। फिर आ जाते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू ट्रैक्शन जियो क्वार्टरली रिपोर्ट रिलीज बाय ट्रैक्शन इन अप्रैल, इंडिया का जो फिनटेक स्टार्टअप है इन्होंने रेज किए $550.8 मिलियन अक्रॉस 33 डील्स इन द फर्स्ट क्वार्टर ऑफ द कैलेंडर ईयर 24, मार्किंग अ %% इंक्रीज फ्रॉम द फोर्थ क्वार्टर ऑफ 2024। तो यहाँ पे इंक्रीज कितना देखने को मिला? 59% का यहाँ पे इंक्रीज देखने को मिला। फिर आ जाता है किस कंपनी ने रिसेंटली पार्टनर किया पेयू के साथ टू एनहांस क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेमेंट्स फॉर द इंडियन मर्चेंट्स। तो ये किस कंपनी ने यहाँ पे पेयू के साथ टाइप करा है? तो ये रहेगी पेपैल। Next, name the new digital investment platform that was recently launched by HDFC Bank to simplify investment process. It is Smart Wealth, right? This is the new digital investment platform that was recently launched by HDFC Bank to simplify investment process. This Smart Wealth, this is an application that will enable the users to create smart charts which give personalized portfolios plan that can be modified or paused anytime. Next, in June, Securities and Exchange Board of India constituted a working group headed by G. Padmaban to review what? It was to review the derivative trading norms. This will be a 15-member group, working group that will be headed by G. Padmaban, and he is the former director of Reserve Bank of India. Next, South Korean K-pop band named 17 has been recently named as the first ever dash. So, K-pop band of South Korea 17, it has been named as the UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for Youth. Take a note of this, right? And Audrey Azoulay, the Director General of UNESCO, appointed 17, the South Korean K-pop boy band group. It contains of 13 members for this, and they were appointed as the first ever Goodwill Ambassador for Youth. Even this group has contributed $1 million for financing this initiative. Then apart from this, if we talk about Goodwill Ambassador for Earth Hour, here Indian badminton player PV Sindhu joined the World Wildlife Fund as Goodwill Ambassador for Earth Hour India, and Earth Hour, when was it observed? Earth Hour was observed on 23rd of March. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं कि इस कंपनी ने रिसेंटली लॉन्च किया अपना फर्स्ट एडिशन ऑफ आइडिएशन एक्स टू एनकरेज द इंश्योरेंस इनोवेशन अमंग द यंग माइंड्स। तो किसके द्वारा? स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के द्वारा। फिर आ जाते हैं उस इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का नाम बताओ, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का, जिन्होंने पार्टनर किया जना स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक के साथ टू ऑफर इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट्स टू द कस्टमर्स ऑफ द जना स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक। तो वो रहेगा कोटक महिंद्रा लाइफ इंश्योरेंस। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं किस बैंक ने रिसेंटली कोलैबोरेट किया शॉपर स्टॉप्स के साथ टू ऑफर न्यू को ब्रांडेड क्रेडिट कार्ड। तो एक्सिस बैंक ने यहाँ पे टाई अप किया शॉपर स्टॉप के साथ ताकि एक को ब्रांडेड क्रेडिट कार्ड को लॉन्च किया जा सके। फिर है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेट रूरल लाइवलीहुड मिशन हैज रिसेंटली साइन एन MOU विद सिडबी टू एक्सटेंड प्रयास स्कीम टू सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स इंडिविजुअल वीमेन थ्रू क्लस्टर लेवल फेडरेशन। तो जीविका ऑफ बिहार एंड उमेद ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, इन दोनों के द्वारा यहाँ पे साइन किया गया एक MOU विद सिडबी। नेक्स्ट है किस रेगुलेटरी बॉडी या गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस ने रिसेंटली कॉन्स्टिट्यूट की एक स्टैंडिंग कमेटी टू ट्रांसफॉर्म जिफ्ट सिटी इनटू क्लाइमेट फाइनेंस हब। तो किन के द्वारा रहेगा? वो है इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सेंटर्स अथॉरिटी IFSCA। फिर आ जाते हैं किस बैंक ने रिसेंटली कोलैबोरेट किया नेशनल पेमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया के साथ टू इंट्रोड्यूस इको फ्रेंडली NCMC डेबिट एंड प्रीपेड कार्ड, नेशनल कॉमन मोबिलिटी डेबिट एंड प्रीपेड कार्ड। तो किसके द्वारा ये लॉन्च किया गया है? यहाँ पर यह है एयरटेल पेमेंट्स बैंक के द्वारा।